Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a video record of my first company, of my Primaris Eagle Marines. Now, I don't think I've done one specifically of the first company Primaris. I think that they were previously just attached to second company maybe, but I've just about got enough now to do a 2,000 point army using the first Company Detachment in the 10th edition Codex. So just starting with the Terminators, actually, there are too many characters for two squads, which are the new upscaled Terminators. Whenever I've run this force, which I think is only once or twice, I borrowed the Terminators from my firstborn 5th company attached units, which they're not too different in scale, to be honest. And in that collection there is an assault Terminator squad, Thunderhammers, Storm Shields, which the chaplain could attach to and jump in and out of land raiders and stuff. But to be honest, when I did field them, they didn't hit like a brick, they hit like a wet sponge. So I'm hoping that when, and I think most people agree it's on the horizon, the upscaled Terminator assault squads are released, they might update the rules and give them a bit more punch, and the chaplain and a new Terminator squad can do some work. The land raiders are, again, what were my probably 5th edition, 4th edition models. One or two were more recent additions, including the Redeemer, and yeah, I'm including them in this video because that's how I'm going to field them soon in an upcoming battle. Not all of the land raiders, I think just the Redeemer. But I have fielded 2, maybe 3 land raiders in a 10th edition battle, but it didn't fare too well. But over on this side, again, character heavy, and one of the reasons being is that when this was 9th edition Indomitus, I acquired half of a box set from a friend of mine, which meant I had doubled up on all of the characters as well as the models that were in that launch box. My initial configuration, which might have appeared in a previous video, was to do chapter command and then first company veterans. And yeah, going back, because there was 2 captains, one of them was chapter master and the other one was captain of the first company. But in 10th edition it's just not a thing unless you're playing Crusade. So I've repurposed the models into other forces. For example, I had 2 of the chaplains, 2 of the Judiciars, probably had a couple more lieutenants. Anyway, they've ported over to other Primaris companies, most notably the 8th and 9th. But I have, again, as is my way, I wanted to, in 9th edition, not have the prescribed 3-man units. Wargaming 40k in the past for me was, you know, between 5 and 10 models in a unit, and 5-man units of Bladeguard was doable in 9th, less so in 10th, unless I, with my opponent's consent, jiggle the points as a pointsman man cost, and then field them as 5-man squads. You'll see from the Ancients the one with the golden icon would have originally been the ancient that belonged to the chapter command part of the collection, but he's been kind of demoted, I suppose, down to the first company, along with the one with the silver icon. Even though they are characters, I've lumped them next to the Bladeguard. So yeah, again, because it's character heavy, I could do with at least one more squad of Bladeguard. Probably try and get them to 3 6-man squads so that I can attach characters and field them at full strength. Moving on, we have the Sternguard. So I think I remember the one with the flamer was in the launch box, pyro cannon, and then the Sternguard were released probably as a more multi-part kit. So I built them one with a heavy bolter, which I think is probably a better heavy bolter than standard. So yeah, so there's the 2 5-man squads, and then because Sternguard seem to be doing quite well in this edition, at some point in the not too distant past, I acquired 6 cheap intercessor models off eBay, and they are now a 6-man Sternguard squad, all armed with just the Sternguard bolter, which is my preferred way of fielding them. A, I think the gun's a little bit better, and B, it's just easier to remember and roll the dice with those. So that's the infantry. The last model included in this video is the old Storm Raven gunship, which you'll note from the colour of the base isn't strictly part of this collection. It's been ported over from the 5th company of my firstborn units, but as it's, in my mind, essentially a flying land raider, it's one that the 1st company would and will make use of. So yeah, I would imagine that this is around 2,000 points, probably a bit over with the Land Raiders, but I've got another battle coming up with my ongoing map campaign, and I've only fielded in 12 months of playing this 1st company task force once, and that was probably back in February, March 2024. So time for them to have another run out. The Space Marines have recently had a data slate boost, whereby the Oath of Moment has been adjusted once again. This time, as well as re-rolling all hits against the Oath of Moment target, you get +1 to wound, and yeah, that should come in handy, particularly as, apart from some power fists and that sort of thing, there's not a lot of anti-tanks stroke anti-monster in this list, so +1 to wound will come in handy. Anyway, I think we'll end this one here, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.